at this point the relationship between the manager and Mo Salah is really broken.
ما هي توقعات فابريزيو رومانو لمصير محمد صلاح مع ليفربول؟
I can guarantee this.
What's your secret?
What I try to do in terms of secret is always to deliver my news every single day. Maybe people appreciate the consistency. So every day being there, updating them on all the transfer news and all the football news. I think that's the part people appreciate.
وهيك قدر فابريزيو رومانو يحقق جماهيرية عالمية ويصير من أشهر الصحفيين الرياضيين في العالم، وبرصيده اليوم أكثر من 41 مليون فولوور على انستغرام، وبتربطه صداقة قوية مع ليجندز مثل كريستيانو رونالدو، ليونيل ميسي وغيرهم.
Todo bien, todo bien.
I've noticed throughout the years in sports journalism, you managed to be friends with a lot of the athletes and players. Is that true? Like, do you have close friends? You call them directly for, such statements, or how does it work?
Yeah, it works like this. More than for statements, to have a relationship, because I think the only way to enjoy in any industry where you work every single day and it's very difficult to disconnect, the only way is to enjoy. So it's important to enjoy, to make sure you are part of the industry. You are not external to the industry. Once a player told me, I used to hate journalists because they only create problems. They want a big scoop. They want the interview, and maybe the title is not the title I wanted. With you, I feel I am at the table with a friend. And for me, that's the most important part, to create this kind of connection.
وهالثقة خلتهم يشاركوا ويخصوا بأهم قراراتهم بعالم كرة القدم. فلما نسمع عن عرض أو صفقة انتقال لاعب من نادي لنادي، الجواب الصح بيكون عنده، والكل بيكون مترقب شو بده يعلق وقت الشائعات والتسريبات، مثل ما عم بيصير حاليا مع محمد صلاح ونادي ليفربول.
As an expert, what happened? What could happen?
Look, I think unfortunately it's very sad to say, but the end of the story is coming, in my opinion. So it means that at this point the relationship between the manager and Mo Salah is really broken. I think they will try to find a solution together after the AFCON. So maybe on the market to find a solution. Let's see if it's going to be Saudi or somewhere else. But I think they need to find a solution in that way, because at the moment, as of today, the relationship is completely broken. So there is a small percentage to find a solution in terms of staying at Liverpool. But if you ask me today, the story is still very fresh, and my expectation is for Mo Salah and Liverpool to part ways.
والتوتر بالعلاقة بين صلاح ومدرب ليفربول والإشارات على أنه حيترك الفريق عاملة حالة من الجدل والحزن عند محبي صلاح والنادي، خاصة أنه شهد معه نجاحات ومحطات ما بتنتسى، فصعب يتخيلوا أنه ممكن صلاح يترك ليفربول.
Look, I think what happens sometimes in football is that when you have superstars and then things in football can happen are not working, not just for Mo Salah but for the whole team. It's a terrible season not only for Mo but for the whole Liverpool team and for the manager as well. At the end, who pays is probably one of the superstars. This is what always happens in football when you have a fantastic team that then is not performing anymore. This happened already with many other players around the world. So I think that's what's happening. Probably Mo is not at the same level of last season, but again, it's not only him. You can't blame only Mo Salah. At the same time, in the club, probably they needed someone to be involved in this situation, and Mo Salah is the legend, so that's why this is happening. It's very sad, but this is also football reality.
فهل رح يكون مستقبل صلاح القريب في إحدى الأندية السعودية مثل ما عم ينحكى؟
Most probably he will leave. Then we will see whether it's going to be Saudi MLS. You never know in football. It's still very fresh. Mo has not started any negotiation yet. I can guarantee this. So my job is telling people what's happening, not what happens in the future, because I think even Mo at this point doesn't know. But in the next weeks will be clear, because they need to find a solution, and this situation is really, really sad.